Hi, welcome back. Now we're continuing with the homeostasis and organ systems unit. The big learning goals we've been thinking about are what are these systems in our body and how are they working together to maintain homeostasis? And also we're thinking about what kinds of structures do we have in those systems and how are those structures related to functions. Today we're going to focus on the integumentary system. Integumentary system is like your skin, really. So if you think about the skin's functions, we're really talking about regulating body temperature. And when it's too hot, we know those capillaries dilate and those pores open up. And that's, again, happening in your skin. We know that there's a sensory organ. Your skin senses things. It sends pressure, pain, and temperature information to the brain. Weirdly enough, it's involved in the production of vitamin D. We absorb sunlight through our skin, and that sunlight helps us to produce vitamin D. It acts as the first line of defense, as a barrier from infection and injury. It's kind of holding us all together and keeping the stuff out, as much of it as possible, keeping the stuff we don't want out. Now, let's start talking about its structures. We know skin has layers, and the first layer is this epidermis right here. And these are actually, a lot of this is dead cells, and underneath it are where we would find the new ones. This acts as protection from the outside and from the sun. We've also got a dermis. Now the dermis is this sort of middle layer here, and this has all of the different sensory organs inside of it. When you touch things, that's happening through the dermis. And we've got this fatty tissue right here. So if you go ahead and push on your arm right now, push and feel it kind of bounce back, that's the insulation and the resistance from the impact that comes from your fatty tissue. There's also some accessories. These accessories are things like the sweat gland. Now your sweat gland, if you look over here, this is your sweat gland. It allows excess water to escape and cool the body. We also have an oil gland. Now right here, here's your oil gland. That oil is going to come seep in here. This helps our skin and keep our skin and hair from drying out. We've also got these hairs that come up out of our skin. These act as protection from sunlight and they act as insulation. We've got capillaries in the skin. So if you look around, you can see those around here. These capillaries are the things that regulate heat transfer. We've talked about them opening and shutting in order to, when they're wide open and they can release heat, when they're closed tight, when they're constricted, they can conserve heat. We also have nerves. Now these nerves, if you look right here, they're the things that are sending information to the nervous system. So exactly how does the skin help maintain homeostasis? Well, first of all, it regulates temperature. And again, we've already spoken about this a lot. When it is cold out, your blood vessels constrict, conserving heat in your body. When it is warm, your blood vessels are going to expand or dilate, allowing heat to be released and hopefully to reverse the direction of that change and cool you down. It acts as a barrier to invaders. It keeps bad things out. And again, it sends information to the central nervous system about the surroundings so it knows how to respond and again, keep you alive. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like for you to pause this movie and I want you to think for a few minutes about the integumentary system and what other systems it interacts with and how they interact. I want you to take some notes and try that on your own. When you're finished, go ahead and press play and you can check your answers against mine. Okay, so you've probably written down some notes about how the integumentary system interacts with other systems. I'm hoping you thought about the circulatory system. I'm hoping you thought about the fact that the circulatory system is those capillaries and contains those capillaries that are doing that constricting and dilating to help it regulate body heat. I'm hoping you also thought about the excretory system. So we know that the skin works with the kidneys to regulate water levels in the body. So if you are sweating out excess water that you have, then that sort of involves the kidneys as well. They're also dealing with excess water, or if you don't have enough water, that's involved as well. The nervous system, you saw there are nerves right there involved in the integumentary system. Though skin there sending signal about pressure, pain, and temperature to the central nervous system through the nerves. They're right there in skin. And again, the skin is connected to the barrier protecting all of other organ systems, so it really interacts with all of the different systems. So that's it for the integumentary system. Have a great day.